ping rate.
Okay, but the tracker takes over control of everything. All right, there's a little messages box here. You know, as there are messages, they will populate in there. System messages. I think that's really sort of the basics in there. This little I just shows you the information. So that tells me the version of firmware that you're running. And, well, the 7K center tells me the version of firmware you're running and this version of UI that you're running. Now, it's important that you run a UI that is developed alongside the same as the firmware, okay? And when we send you an updater, it will always have a new updated firmware version, that's the 7K center, and a new updated SUI. And when you run the updater to install that, it'll install both, okay? And that's just because they do a certain amount of backward compatibility testing, but to be honest with you, it's not exhaustive, okay? So what happens is that there may be some new features that won't be shown in your SUI if you're running an old one, okay? All right. I think I've shown you quite a lot about the SUI. You want to have a look at PDS a little bit?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Can we just take a quick 5-minute comfort break and I'll come back. I won't turn anything off, okay?
Okay.
All right, okay.
Okay.
Have you installed PDS? Have you opened it up? Have you tried to play around with it?
Yet only install PDF software but not play yet.
Okay, all right. Okay, so when you open PDS, okay, it will usually want to go to a folder, okay, to create a project, okay. I wonder if I just do that again. Yeah, let's just close this down. Okay. So if I open PDS, okay, it remembers where I was last, obviously, now, so cancel. File. You can select the project path, okay. Usually, if it doesn't have anything, it'll ask you to change the project path, okay, or create a project path, and then you'll have to tell it where you want to go, okay, where you want to create this project, okay. But again, it's all in the manuals, okay. If you want to know where the manuals are, okay, all right, that's very simple, okay. If you go onto your PC, okay, and you go onto your hard drive and you go to program files under Teledyne, okay, all right, and you'll find where PDS version is. If you open that up, and then you'll see there's a folder called manuals, okay, and then there's a big manual in there, okay, PDS user manual. That is the basic manual, okay. There's a getting started manual in there, okay, that helps you, okay, to get things started, okay. But the PDS manual, the main manual is a very big manual. It's 800 and something pages, okay. It is huge. Now let me just start off by saying that a basic PDS course is 5 days, okay. So what I can give you is just a flavor and a start, okay. You know, in what's left of this, which is probably just an hour and 10 minutes. So I think the idea is that if you at least know where to start and you can set up a PDS project, okay, or start to set up a PDS project, then then it's a place that you kind of start learning and start working your way through PDS. Obviously, there's a PDS support line, which is at Marine Support NL, okay, for all the PDS questions. That'll go to the Netherlands, to Rotterdam, to our office in Rotterdam, where PDS support is, okay. But a training session, is probably a good idea to have once you've played around a little bit and you've got some idea. But if you go into a training session and you have no idea about PDS and you sit there, by lunchtime day one, your head is already trying to explode, okay? So it really is, to get the best out of a 5-day training course, is really to have spent some time playing around with PDS, been using it, and maybe done some basics, ask some questions and work your way through the basics first. Then you will get more out of PDS. So just a question here. You are all multi-proof, correct?
Yes, multiple.
So, yeah, so you are not the end user.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so you are just the local agent, as it were, for this in Taiwan. Is that correct?
In Thailand.
In Thailand.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Thailand.
Thailand. Yeah, not Taiwan. Okay, two different places. Okay, so I mean, this system you will hand over to the customer, to the end user. All right?
Yeah.
Has the end user ever used the system before? Is it new to them as well?
New.
And they have never used multi-beam before?
Yes, never used.
Okay. Okay, so is the plan for you to train them?
Yes, we have planned to train them there.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. It's quite a steep hill. All right. Okay. So you know where to find the manual. Okay. And it's going to take you a little while to kind of get used to this. Okay. Then you'll also see that there are technical notes. Okay. Lots and lots and lots of technical notes. Okay. There are also sensor setup manuals. Now, not all of these are pertinent to yourselves, but there are some here for Reson CBAT 7K all options. Okay, it'll tell you more about that. Those you can certainly use. Okay, Reson 7K plus INS. Okay, so they're all there. Okay, and there are quick reference cards. Okay, there are product manuals. Okay, so a lot of these things are to do with dredging, rock dumping, pipe position monitoring, pile driving, so, but there's also multi-beam and profile and multi-beam calibration, okay? So these are all in there. Okay, so there is information in there. All right, and you know where to find it. It's also, once you've opened PDS and you get to this screen, if you go to help, okay, it just says there, open manuals folder, and it'll take you straight to the manuals folder. Okay, all right. And that's probably the easy way to go about it. This is the control center, okay, for PDS. All right?
Okay.
And within the control center of PDS, okay, just something that you can remember, first of all, is if you just go to Tools, Options, okay, and you go to the Explorer view, okay, all right, tick this box because it will be unticked. It'll say there, do not rotate the globe, because if you untick this, okay, that globe will start rotating. And that chews up quite a lot of graphics memory, okay, to rotate that globe, okay. So you don't need that to happen, okay. So Tools, Options, Explorer View, don't rotate that globe. You don't need it to rotate. And the other thing you want to do is you want to tick this box that says Show the Advanced tab. That's the Advanced tab over there, okay, at the top. So those are the two things to do. You can always turn the globe around, you know, to be, you know, where you want to be, okay? So I guess this is probably the waters that they're working in, somewhere around here. So they're probably mainly in, what is it, 47 North?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, UTM 47 North. Okay. All right. So yeah. Anyway, then this is sort of the order of the configuration. The first thing you do, and if you open a project from new, okay, open a completely new project, okay, it'll take you through this, okay, if you use the wizard. And the first place the wizard will take you is to project configuration, okay. And in project configuration is where you can set up all sorts of different things. I generally just skip over these. I mean, these are just administrative things, you know, a project name, a number, a task, a client, a contractor, operator, the units, you know, I assume you're metric. I'm pretty sure you are metric. I can't think of many other places other than the United States that are still imperial. Okay. I wouldn't really change any of these. These are kind of standard, so I never really change these. But you definitely will want to, or your customer definitely will want to change the coordinate system. Okay? All right? So you'll have to kind of select, because it defaults to the Netherlands. Okay? So you want to select something in Thailand. Okay? So I don't know which one your customer will use. Probably just WGS 847 North. Maybe they'll use these different zones. I'm not sure. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not familiar with those coordinate systems at all, but your customer probably will be.
Okay.
All right, but just generally, you know, UTM 47 degrees north. Okay? So you'd use that, okay? So we know you, at least you're on a UTM grid, you say, okay? All right? Now, this will give you UTM coordinates, okay? And you can see here you're on the satellite ellipsoid, which is WGS 84, okay? But the local ellipsoid is also WGS 84. Okay, so you are not going to get what they call orthometric heights, or heights that are related to mean sea level. You're going to get heights that are related to the ellipsoid. Okay? And the only way to get heights that are, so in other words, where you expect a negative height for the water, maybe 10, 20, 50, whatever meters, okay? You're not going to get that. You're probably going to get something which is, and I don't know what the ellipsoidal separation is in Thailand, but I know here in Scotland is about 45 meters, okay? So I generally tend to get something like 45, 47 meters, okay? And it's a positive number, okay? And that's because you're on the ellipsoid and you're not on a mean sea level. To get the mean sea level, if you press the edit, you can see here, okay, you have to add what's called the geoid model, okay, right? Now, we don't supply geoid models, okay, we have some basic ones. You could probably get some free ones on the web somewhere, okay, but they tend to be not that great. The best ones you'd get would be from the local area, you know, Thailand would probably have a national mapping agency of sorts, okay, and they would be responsible for a geoid model, okay, and they would have a geoid model that you would then copy and put into a folder. I'll show you which, and you would select it here, and you know, if it was a triple grid model that you would use, then you could go here and select it and you would add it in, okay, all right, and you'll see that all of these models will reside in a folder called PDS Projects Common Files, okay, all right. So this is probably a good time to just jump out of here quickly, okay. And let's just go to where I made this. All right, so usually, okay, what you create is a folder called PDS Projects, okay, and under that will be a folder called PDS Projects Common Files. And in the common files, this one's empty at the moment, there's nothing in there, but in the common files would be things like the vessel configuration file, which you will create in PDS, and it'll store it there. There'll be various other things like maps and various bits and pieces that you would add into your PDS, would all be stored there. But the geoid file is also stored there. That's where PDS will look for the geoid file, okay? So if they get a local geoid file, that's where you would put it, okay? So that's the coordinate system. Formats, I wouldn't touch any of these in the beginning. I would just leave them all as standard, and these log files, and the wizard will take you through all of this. And I would just leave all of these as standard and not change anything, okay? And simply just work your way through all of it, because the wizard will just take you all the way through, and instead of doing what I'm doing now, you'll just go next, 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 right to the end, and then you'll say, okay, and that'll be fine, okay? And then that will have basically just set your local geographic coordinates, okay, to where you want them to be, okay? And then we come on to the configuration, okay? And again, this will now go hand in hand with your dimensional control survey for the vessel, okay? So you'll have a small remote controlled or autonomous surface vessel that this system is on. It'll have 2 GPS antenna on it, okay? It'll either be port starboard or forward aft, okay, depending on the configuration. Usually the convention we have is that the port is the primary antenna, okay, all right, or usually I make the aft one the primary antenna, and then the forward one will be the secondary antenna, and the starboard one is the secondary antenna if the primary one is the port. And you will measure the separation between the 2 antennas, that's important as well, and you'll measure from the antenna, okay, to the IMU reference point, and that's important as well. all of that information is important. You also have a laser scanner, okay, on there. So you should also measure from the laser scanner to the IMU, okay. So you'd measure from the laser scanner's optical center, from wherever it's taking its measurements. You'd have to look at the laser scanner's manual to see from where you would need to take that measurement, okay. Let me just emphasize that the dimensional control is paramount of importance, okay? If you are not accurate on that, okay, your survey data will not be accurate, okay? Because it's a dynamic system. The vessel moves, it rolls, it pitches, it heaves, okay? All right? You have a motion sensor to compensate for all those motions. But if your lever arms are wrong, it'll translate those motions incorrectly and it will make the error bigger. Okay? So if you consider this, okay? Position arrives at the primary antenna at the L1 phase center. Okay? Then through your lever arms, you will take position and transfer it to the IMU. Okay? All right? So, for starters, you've got to get those lever arms accurate. Okay? Because the longer those lever arms, with less accuracy, the worse the error is going to become. Because the boat moves, the antenna moves around, okay? Right? And the IMU is expecting certain movement, okay, from the antenna, from the GPS position, because you gave it that lever arm, but it doesn't coincide with what the IMU is measuring, and then the IMU will say, something's wrong here. That's what the algorithm does, okay? That's how these systems work. So, accuracy, accuracy, accuracy. I cannot emphasize that more, okay? It is important, very important. So spend time doing that properly, okay? And you'll also use those configurations in the Aplanix, as I said. You'll set that up in there. If you go through the manual, it'll tell you, okay? If you come to doing this, okay, I'm setting up this configuration here. This configuration is, it's a brand new one we're going to do here, okay? We'll just call it I'm just calling it something so that I can remember what it was. So if I ever come across this again, I can know whether I need to delete this or not. Okay? So I'll just call it multi-proof. Okay? And at least I know what it is. Okay? So I'm just going to call this configuration multi-proof. Okay? Now it's asking me to add a vessel. Okay? And I'm going to add a vessel. And I'm going to call it, I'm just going to call it for a matter of sake t20 ASV. Okay? Oops. Oh, sorry, I need to create a new one. Okay, that's the Odin. T20 ASV. Okay? I don't have an existing template, so I'm going to create a new one. Next one. Okay? So I can use custom shapes, if you have one, in 3D or 2D, or I'll just simply use a standard 3D shape. And the 3D shape I will choose is a small survey boat. Okay? Right? And the 2D one would be the same as that. And then what I can do here is I can say, okay, all right. Now, again, this is measured from your reference point, okay? And for these systems, as I said to you, the reference point is, okay, the IMU. So depending where the IMU is, okay? So let's just say this system is hanging, I don't know. What type of vessel have you got? Is it a multi-hull?
เรือประเภทไหนเหรอ we can show the picture
Yes, show me
Okay.
a picture.
มี
รู
รู
ป
ป
อะเอ้าก็นายยังเอาให้เราดูอยู่เลย
มันเห็นนิดเดียวไม่ใช่เต็มด
I'll stop sharing, you need to share.
โอเคนายรับได้ใช่ไหม
ำส่งในไลน์เลย
ได้
I'll show you some pictures, okay? All right. This is a T20 ASV, okay?
โอเค
And it's installed on a small US, it's a surface vessel, autonomous surface vessel on a ASV, okay?
โอเค
This is the T20 hanging between the two hulls. It's a multi-hull vessel, okay? So that's the processor, okay? This one is slightly different to yours because this has got an Intrepid navigation system inside. This is Teledyne's own version, of an integrated navigation system. All right, that's just a payload computer. That's kind of what it looks like. Okay. All right. That's kind of what it looks like. Okay, so that's a small vessel. Okay, for inland waters and that kind of thing, and it's running a T20 ASV, and it also has a laser on top. Okay,
โอเค
so is that similar to the type of thing you would be doing? Or are you planning something bigger?
Not too big.
Okay. Oh, I haven't shown you. Hang on a minute. You didn't see anything.
Yeah.
yeah
This is. I shared this screen. You didn't say you didn't see anything.
โอ้ yellow boat
The yellow.
Yes.
Oh.
ประมาณนี้ไหม
ว้าว
ต้องใหญ่ประมาณนี้
How long this boat?
Otter
Short.
Short.
Over a meter. Just over a meter. Yeah.
1.5 meter.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
two
okay.
people.
Yeah. Something
people.
like this. But I think the
Two people can pick it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, two people.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
ว้าว
But need to a little strong people, right?
Hmm. This is the only thing that is not good. It's too tight.
Oh,
โอ้ย
yeah.
เปโหลดมันเท่าไหร่เนี่ย
Yeah, it's too tight. This is for the IMU. Okay,
มันคล้ายๆกับเรือ
but they don't have space. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. Small. There's a handle there. You see the handle?
อ่าฮะ
Small. You just two people pick it up.
โอ้โห small to people
Yeah, pick it up, put it in the water.
ว้าว
It's got a laser scanner, 2 GPS antennas,
GPS antenna
multi-beam underneath. Yeah,
and lidar
yeah. Got a camera and an underwater camera.
you can you can share the picture send to Mr. Mr. My you can
It's not mine, it's a customer's. So no, I can show you, but I can't share it with you. No, I would have to ask the customer for permission.
Mr. Mike, can you open your line and show the picture about like inspiration for the concept design?
So then you can screenshot. Yeah, you can go and look it up.
Yeah.
It's called Seabots. Okay.
มายังไม่ขึ้นแชร์
Okay. I tell you what you can do. Okay. Because anybody can look that up, but I can't share things with you that I'm not allowed to share with you. Well, that's an otter.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
something
Is
like
that what
it.
you're using? That's the otter.
Yeah, this I talk with the end user. Maybe this about the inspiration for their USV in the future.
Well, the Seabot is smaller than that. Let me show you.
You mean Seaboat 1800, right?
There we go.
Okay. Not sure yet.
Can you see that?
Not yet.
It's funny because every single time I open something
เขาหายไปแล้วเว้ย
that I'm sharing,
อาจารย์เบิร์ดมีอะไรคอมเมนต์ปรึกษาได้เหมือนกันนะครับเรื่องของดีไซน์เหมือนกันเพราะว่าอาจจะต้องนำเสนอพี่เซ้งต่อ เรื่องของการดีไซน์ต่อไปด้วยพี่
ยังแกมีคอนเซ็ปต์ในใจอยู่อ่ะ
ยัง
อันนี้ประมาณเปิดไลน์ Seaboat
you can look it up.
not sure yet.
Seaboat
It must be showing. I'm sharing. I'm sharing the web page.
Page. Oh, use in your chat.
No, I put the in the chat, but I'm sharing the screen. You don't see the screen?
Oh.
Yeah, already say
Seaboat.
Seaboat
That's funny because stop sharing. Share
SB 100
that screen. Do you see that?
yeah SB
วิจัยภาษาอังกฤษว่า
SB 100 Pro. I think it's called. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah. It's Spanish.
Oh,
Companies in Barcelona. Yeah.
Spanish Barcelona. Barcelona, Brazil.
I was there last year, end of last year, to integrate a t20 ASV. Anyway, okay,
Okay.
you can look at that yourself and can you see my screen again?
See screen.
You see it?
Maybe some delay.
Okay.
เหมือนกันจะโชว์นะแต่ภาพไม่ขึ้นใช่ไหม
ใช่
เดี๋ยวขึ้นไปหน้าอื่นเฉย It's not sure yet.
It freezing this.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not changing anything, but can you see the PDF screen?
PDF screen. No, see.
You see nothing?
Yeah, see nothing.
Okay, all right, so share. I'll try again.
It's same, see nothing.
In my screen show your you try to show your screen, but it don't have any picture.
All right, we try again.
Yeah. Okay.
So, share.
Yeah, it's same. It see nothing.
I wonder if this is because I came out of, because I came out when it pushed me out of the meeting. Let me try get back into the meeting.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I will try get back in.
Okay.
Just your status is set to understood. Okay, that's fine.